on a side note, to anyone that's saying that the Staff of Homa doesn't fit Zhongli, I mean, clearly, look at this. Yo, what's up guys? Good evening, it's your boy Nitrostorm here, and I have got a confession to make. Even though I have the Staff of Homa, I am planning on skipping Hu Tao's banner. So it's leaving in under 24 hours, maybe even sooner for Asia servers, but a bit later for NA servers. And I'm just pretty much here to speak my opinion on why I'm going to skip. I know it might be one of the most stupid decisions to make, and as you can see from all of those videos on YouTube, Hu Tao is dealing insane damage, normally paired up with Xingqiu for that juicy vaporized damage. But I guess I'm here to talk about why I'm gonna skip. Now, I'm not saying that she's bad, but more so what's making me reluctant on pulling Hu Tao, even though I have her signature weapon. In any case, let's get down to it. Alright guys, so we're now in the trials. As you can see, we've got Hu Tao over here. I've tried her in trial. She was definitely very fun. We can just quickly take a look at the stats. So
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
So I'm not gonna lie, you know, that's pretty entertaining to see every time. So they've given her a pretty solid build. You know, Staff of Homa, obviously, you know, with decent artifacts that I cannot check. She's Z0 in trial, and all level 8 on her normal attacks and stuff. So before we check out her gameplay, okay, so her burst is insanely good in terms of healing and damage, but that's one of the gripes that I have, the healing part. If you're up against multiple enemies, even if you're like at 1 HP or something, and then you use your burst against multiple enemies, you're able to regen your HP pretty much to max, like back to full. And then your E can only remove 30% of your current HP, which is pretty smart, because if you do E twice, you'll end up at 49% of max HP, which is pretty big brain if you think about it. And then another thing that that made me reluctant on thinking of getting Hu Tao. Now, it's not really that necessary, but for me, in my opinion, it just makes a big difference. The C1, where after you use the E, her charged attack does it uses up no stamina, which is pretty OP. So if you were to do something like this, right? Well, I don't know how to cancel it properly, but if you do something like that, right? Don't do that, right? But you get the point. If you're able to spam the charge attacks without consuming any stamina, and you're able to cancel the charge a little bit earlier using either dodge to cancel it and deal more DPS over time. But in any case, let's take a look at the damage. You know, it's definitely pretty good, right? So if I do this, you know, I do a charge attack of 11k in melt, and then if you go this way, that was like, I don't know, 33k. And then if you do this, so I mean 29k while I'm higher HP, but let me show you what I mean. So while we get here, I'm just gonna explain to you what I mean. So there's 5 enemies, right? And then according to the talent, it says can be triggered up to 5 times. And the skill HP regeneration at low is 12.3% of max per enemy hit.
Time to go!
Alright, so now that we've gotten all 5 hit, let's try and wait until the E goes back and then use the E again. Okay, so we're just about below 50% HP. But now, if I were to use my special here again,
Cross over!
so it would bring me up pretty much back to full. and then I would have to, once I use my E, I wouldn't be below 50%. So it only really works if you're really low on HP when you're fighting multiple enemies. But normally, she wouldn't be used against multiple enemies, I think. And if you do, you'll probably use your E a few times and maybe get hit in the process.
Higher, higher, pants on
But of
fire!
course, you know, her gameplay is pretty good. Now, obviously, the reason why I'm not going for her is not the fact that she's bad. I mean, clearly she's really good. I mean, look, let me just play normally. If I do that, there you go, charge attack those enemies.
Time
And
to
then
go!
we'll just burst here, eliminate those guys. I think that was 100k, right? Of course, we're up against cryo slimes, so the damage is a bit, you know, buffed. Okay, so I ran out of stamina there, which is pretty unfortunate.
Go!
And then we'll do that.
Pants on fire!
20k, stuff like that, pretty spicy.
Go!
So that's one thing. As you can see, I'm pretty low on stamina, but you wouldn't be if you're C1. Alright, then do that. And then burst.
Cross over!
So that, as you can see, that was a 69k. So obviously, it's pretty fun to play. Now, I think I've been rambling on for too long. I don't think I've actually made a reason yet, except for a few. So the first reason was that, you know, it's just my mentality, I think. Obviously, a lot of people are saying that you don't need it, and like she deals most of her damage from her burst and stuff anyway. But, you know, it's just the fact that her C1 makes a huge difference. Like, when I play Genshin, at least, like for me, I like just enjoying. And then if I want to spam my charge attacks, you know, if there's that option where it's C1, like I would like to get that, but you know, I don't have enough primos for that right now. You know, I'm no whale, so that ain't happening. The C1, that is. And then the next reason is the fact that I lose HP when I use my E. I mean, look, it's not really a big deal, but I know that it's not really a difficult thing to do, but it's just like an extra thing to keep in mind while I do quests or like Abyss. Like if I were to use an Abyss, you know, I'm like, oh yo, let me get my HP low, stuff like that, you know, do my damage, you know what I'm saying, and then do my charge, you know, go crazy, go ham at C0, and then boom, you realize that my stamina is now low, and then those two Geo Vishaps, you know, at the start of floor 12, you know, they go wreak havoc because I can't dodge out of the way. You know, it's not gonna be a pleasant experience. So another thing, you know, it's not really a big deal again, but you know, it's just for me. Her E, if you go here to the talents, you can see that it lasts for 9 seconds with 16-second cooldown. Of course, you can reduce that cooldown with someone like Chongyun or Animal Resonance. So if you combine the two, that's about 20%, but you need C2 on Chongyun for the 15% cooldown, and then double Animal Resonance for the 5%, so totaling 20. Now obviously it's not really a big deal, you know, you have, I think it was 7 seconds downtime, so it's not that long to be fair. And then you can go back to her big damage mode, you know, ASAP. But you know, again, you know, it just feels a little not really inconvenient. Is that, you know, I'm just, you know, just some guy that spams attacks and stuff. So, you know, Diluc's more my style. I mean, I obviously acknowledge that Hu Tao does more damage than Diluc, obviously. But, you know, I do have a good weapon on Diluc, so it feels like it's not necessary to get another Pyro DPS. You know, I've skipped a Pyro lolly that happens to be overpowered once. You know, I can do it again, you know. Alright, so enough of me rambling on about her gameplay and stuff. In any case, another reason is that, you know, I'm part of the meme, you know, the saving up for Venti train. I did try to pull for him when he came out. Obviously, you guys could have said, oh, you should have re-rolled for him. But, you know, stuff happened, and essentially, I failed my 50-50 getting Venti, and I ended up getting Diluc instead. But you know, to this day, I used to regret it, but now not anymore, because I use Diluc now as my main DPS for my second team in Abyss. But yeah, this is one of the biggest reasons why Venti is right after Hu Tao. So unfortunately, I'm pretty torn apart because I don't have either. And you know, the best scenario would be having both, right? But as you can see, I don't have Sucrose and I don't have Venti. So this is basically my best chance at getting both. So this is my second reason. No. You know, the editor, aka myself, will let you know which reason this is. So yeah, this guy is gonna come after Hu Tao leaves the banner. So he's coming like very soon. So stay in touch for my summoning video. Unfortunately, it's another 50-50. But hey, you know, we got this 50-50. I mean, I have Zhongli's ult at 47% crit rate and I crit anyway. So, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. And yeah, speaking of Zhongli, my next reason. This guy. I used him with the Staff of Homa. And, you know, he's been performing very nicely. So I have him on a HP goblet. And as you can see, he's got some pretty decent stats. I mean, 38k HP, about 1.8k attack below 50%. With, you know, nearly 50% crit rate. You know, it might seem a little low, but he crits anyway. With an insane number of crit damage, whilst keeping my energy recharge high up so I can spam my special.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
And as you can see, he got a little bit of geo damage
where are those who share the
from his ascension. And with that, you know, I use him for the shield, you know, stuff like that. And then with his
I will have order.
You know, stuff like that. But yeah, that's my other reason. I mean, another reason why I'm reluctant. Because I only have one Staff of Homa, right? I only have one Staff of Homa. I'm not gonna be able to get another one, that's for sure. I don't know how I got lucky and get this one, but yeah. Oh, on a side note, to anyone that's saying that the Staff of Homa doesn't fit Zhongli, I mean, clearly, look at this. I know that there's red, right? And Zhongli doesn't have a hint of red at all. But if you take a look at the black and brown highlights on the Staff of Homa, I mean, I think that it matches Zhongli pretty well. I mean, look at the design on his back here, this star thing, and then take a look at the design of the black and brown here. It's pretty much the same color, if not, they are the same color. You know, this design actually fits him pretty well. I mean, his eyes are kind of orange. I was gonna mention a similar color, but it's not. But you know, he's rocking this staff pretty nicely, in my opinion. Well, in any case, I think that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the conclusions as to why I was reluctant on pulling for Hu Tao and ended up skipping her. Was that one, her C1 is insane. You know, if I were to get Hu Tao, I want to have her at C1, which is very costly to do. Another thing is that the HP management might be a bit of a hassle for me. You know, it might not be a hassle for you, but for me at least, you know, I'd have to keep in mind a HP, like I'd have to be below 50% before I use my burst. And then the fact that she heals a bit too much when facing multiple enemies. But then again, I think when you're facing multiple enemies, their HP wouldn't be that high anyway, so you'll finish them off quickly. And then another one is that Venti's banner is coming right after this, you know, like in under 24 hours, he's basically here now. And I do want to get him. I mean, I'm 36 stars in Abyss. So essentially I don't need him, but you know, just in case. And he's a support anyway. And then last but not least, I used the Staff of Homa on Zhongli, where the HP and the extra attack from the HP makes him so that he does more damage as well as provide a tougher Jade Shield. Well, it's been your boy Nitrostorm. Thank you guys for watching. I might post a bonus free-to-play Homa Zhongli build. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.